The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans.
Let's go. Let's do it. Where's the tap? You ain't team. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Open the floor.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to put.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returnable for Sherrills. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down.
On second down, Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a third down.
Ready. 5-9.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
To throw is Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10, right at the 30. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. To throw is Watson on third down. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit. I put some points on the board on this one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 31 yards. And the Texans are in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ready? You ready? Double dog. That's the way. 13.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
And now out comes Houston. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, 33 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd and short. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Open man is Michael Thomas. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into...
He's got it at the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end.
He's checking credit.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 4-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are back within a score. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Let him. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. I'm coming.
A final shot before half for Breeze. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Breeze. And Cook has it left side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and forever. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Watson to throw on third down. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
First down, Houston.
What is that? 19!
Watson on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To throw is Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Flush to his right. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. 9 yards on the touchdown run. And the Texans will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
5-9. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl without a doubt.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 49 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells, and it's 3rd and short.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
They'll try to run for it with Miller, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Houston.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Completion left side to Miller. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, but now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson steps away to his left. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 52 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Brees. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Brees. Looking long for Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Brees to throw. And Gibbs got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, Brees. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.